Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing great wherever you are. Today I want to talk about making Africa better or making any society where you live better. Uh, this is a topic that a lot of people have talked about, and if you look at YouTube videos that YouTubers have been uploading, those that are focused on Africa, they've been talking about this issue and about people who are already doing this, already trying to make Africa better, and also they've been suggesting ways of making Africa better. So I just want to add my voice to that. When you think about problems or issues that many Africans face in the different African countries, people often think about politicians, and they often think about the government as the provider or as the institution that is that is or that has the power or it has the ability to find solutions. People think about politicians as the only people who have the ability to solve problems. Rarely do they think about themselves as solutions or as people who can provide solutions. So I think that's something that we need to change. That's something that people of African descent and friends of Africa need to change. I think everyone has a role to play in this. So whether you are a person living on the African continent, whether you are an African living on the African continent, or you are living in the diaspora, or your parents or your grandparents were Africans, but maybe you haven't been to Africa before, you still have a role. You can contribute to making Africa better, wherever you are. So basically, wherever you are, you can contribute. So I just want to challenge you to think about ways of doing that. When there is a problem, or if you know the kind of problems that exist in whatever region that you want to focus on, think of those solutions. Think of problems as opportunities. Some people have said that, but it's hard for many people um, to, 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 to to see problems as opportunities, but they are, because if you can find solutions to those problems, you will help a lot of people in the process, and that in many cases always brings you returns. It brings you can make you money. Basically, it can make you money. So finding solutions to problems, solving those problems, makes people happy, and they pay you for that, or some people can pay you for doing that. So if you know Africa well, if you're from Africa, if you're living there, there are lots of problems, lots of issues that needs to be solved, lots of issues that needs to be done better. So think about how you as an individual can do that. For a long time there was, let me just give an example, like for someone how someone who found or saw a problem, found a solution, tried to find a solution to that without having to wait for other people. For a long time, Africa has been presented in a wrong or in negative ways. So for a long time in the West, the only news that people were the only news that people received was negative news about conflict, news about hunger, about famine, about fighting. So all the wrong things, all the bad things that that people could think of. So a lot of people in the world came to associate problems with Africa. There were no positive news that was coming out of Africa. And then there's always been a very negative way of talking about Africa also. If you look at maybe academic work that was done in the past, work by some philosophers, for example, they would say maybe Africa incapable of doing A, B, C, D. Yeah, so there's been negativity, or there had been negativity for a very, very long time. So to change that narrative, to change how people think about Africa, needed someone to work on it proactively. So if someone, maybe if you knew that there was a problem and you say, yeah, this is not for me to solve, maybe things would get better when there are no problems in Africa. If that's the attitude that everyone, or if that was the thinking that everyone adopted, then there won't be any positive news, or there won't be any positive ways of looking at Africa. So there won't be anything positive about Africa. But some people, there are lots of people who have done this, but maybe a YouTuber that I watch often, maybe let me give that as an example. So he found that there was a problem, and he said, I'm not going to sit back and let this happen. There are many good things that are happening in Africa. There are many good things, there are many great things that Africans are capable of. So he decided to start his YouTube channel, and on this YouTube channel, he travels across Africa. He presents, or he finds good stories and relays them to the world through his YouTube channel. He shares those good stories with the world through his YouTube channel. So his name is Wode Maya, and I will provide a link in the description below, that if you haven't heard about him, you can maybe look at you can visit his YouTube channel. He's done great things, I would say. At least he's presenting, or he has found a way of presenting the real Africa. So which is not just about problems. It has lots of great things, lots of positive stories out there to tell. He's showing that Africa is not just about the negative things that people hear of in the world. And it's very interesting that he's gone to places that people maybe would think twice before trying to go there. He recently went to South Sudan. In many parts of the world, people associate South Sudan with conflict, and they wouldn't even think about going to South Sudan. But he did go there, and he brought out, or he shared, excellent stories of great things that are happening there. So if it was just conflict all through, then would that be possible? So he's showing that even in those places where people only think of as conflict really, that those places that are presented in the media in the West, for example, as being conflict ridden, yeah, there are still great things happening there. So it is possible that maybe conflict happens in some parts of those countries, but not everywhere. And he did also go to Somalia, Mogadishu. Yeah, a lot of people would shudder, or wouldn't even consider going to Somalia, but he did. And that means, again, that that Africa, whichever country it is, whether it's portrayed as being conflict-ridden, as not being peaceful, there are great things or some positive things happening there too. Yeah. So I'm talking about Wode Maya as an example of someone who identified or who realized there is a problem and did something to it. So because of him, now there is a lot of positive stories, lots of good things, positive stories about Africa because of that. So, and that's changing the narrative, the negative narrative about Africa. So when you think about problems in Africa, think about what you as an individual can do. As I said earlier on, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. People say that you can only make positive change when you are living on the continent. I beg to disagree. I think you can still contribute to making things better in Africa anywhere you are in the world. Communication now, the technology now is advanced. Forms of technology that you can use to participate in pretty much everything. And traveling to Africa also isn't a problem. You can, if you live in the West, you can still go to Africa from time to time, and you can contribute. So think about how you as an individual can help Africa. And on this channel, I'll be sharing some of the stories that people have, positive stories, and I'll also be sharing ways of maybe how you as an individual can help. If you need maybe help with that, maybe I can point you to how or to ways, concrete ways of doing that. So yeah, I basically want to challenge you on this channel to feel inspired or to think or to adopt a different way of thinking about you yourself as an individual. You may not solve all the problems in Africa, but you can, just by acting, you can solve, you can help solve, you can help improve Africa. It doesn't have to be on a large scale. It can just be maybe working with or improving one person's life, or improving life in a given region. It doesn't have to be large. You can just start with a little thing, and that can eventually grow into something bigger. So I'll be challenging you, and I'll be sharing stories, and I believe that for you, for an individual to be able to help others, you have to start with yourself. So they have to improve their lives themselves. And for me, each individual, I think, needs to have finances, I think, at the beginning. So you need to maybe set or put your financial house in order, and then you also need to be healthy, so good health. So what do you need to do to stay healthy? And then after that, you can you can better help others. So I'll be talking more about how you can improve yourself, how you can make yourself better in different areas, and then how you can also help others, how you can help Africa get better. So thank you for listening. If you'd like to support me, please subscribe, and please like it if you feel it's something that you if what I talked to you about today resonated. And I'm gonna have more more videos, again, to challenge you and to encourage you. I'm gonna try to pause it, to upload the videos from time to time. So hopefully we'll be able to discuss. If there's any question, any issue, any comment, please comment below. Please leave the questions below for me. Thank you.